So within this assignment, the first topic that we will look at is group processes. And within group processes, the first definitions that we will look at is group and a team. So in your assignments, you will need to write what both these terms mean and also look at the difference between the two. So what separates a group from a team and how does that impact upon performance? The second topic we'll look at within this is the stages of group development. So this was looked at by Tuckman. So there are 4 stages within this. These are called forming, storming, norming and performing. So you will need to discuss each of these stages and think about how each stage would influence group dynamics within sport and then ultimately impact upon team performance. So obviously within your assignments, you're going to have to describe each stage and then explain using at least 2 sporting examples per stage. And these can be your own sport, you could use the same sport throughout or choose a variety of different ones. So thirdly, we will be looking at the Ringelmann effect. You'll need to know what this is, so you need to be able to describe this and also explain how this influences group dynamics. And also link this to sport performance using your own examples. And lastly, within group processes, we'll be looking at social loathing. So again, why does this occur? Why does social loathing occur? You need to look at the characteristics of social loathing and also, again, how this influences group dynamics and team performance within sport. Why does social loathing occur? The causes. So secondly, the main topic within this is cohesion. You will first look at a definition of this. You may want to use your own examples here. Secondly, you will be looking at task and social cohesion. So you need to be able to define both task and social cohesion using your own examples within sport, obviously. We're looking at how both these types of cohesion influence group dynamics. Which one do you think is most important in sport, or do you think they both sort of interact together to influence group dynamics? Again, use at least 2 examples for each one. Thirdly, we'll be looking at leadership. Within your assignments, you will need to look at the qualities of different leaders. What makes a leader a good leader? And here you could probably think of many sporting examples, real life examples of leaders that have gone on to be successful. So make sure you go through all the different characteristics which may lead to a successful leader. We will then look at types of leadership, mainly autocratic and democratic. So for autocratic, you will have to identify and explain what this is, using your own sporting examples. Do you think this is an effective leadership technique, and when is it used? Similarly, we'll look at democratic leadership. Identify what this is, explain it using your own sporting examples, and again, when is this type of leadership used? When is it best suited to sport? How do these both impact team performance? You might even want to talk about how some leaders will use both types of leadership and why. So thirdly, within leadership, we will look at prescribed and emergent leaders. So these are how leaders arise. So we'll look at prescribed leaders, and you will need to describe and explain the impact on team performance of this. And then we'll look at emergent leaders, and again describe this and explain the impact on team performance. Which type of leader do you think is the best? Which type of leader may be more respected by the other athletes in the group? Lastly, we will look at 3 different theories of leadership. So the first one is the trait theory, with the idea that you are born with the characteristics to make you a good leader. You may want to give some sporting examples here, and this leads on to social learning theory. The idea that observation and reinforcement leads to the behaviour occurring again. So you might observe a good leader in action, and that might cause you to copy the behaviour and ultimately through experience become a better leader yourself. Obviously this links back to the Bobo doll experiment. And lastly, there's interactional theory, which combines both the environment and your own genes, influencing each other to make someone a good leader. So you will have to explain all these types of theories, describe them, and use your own sporting examples in each as well. And that ultimately makes